What is up there, SEO pros? Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing an audit for Tony Robbins. So I'm just going to go ahead and start grabbing all the stuff I'm going to need for this audit. And again, this isn't something that I got as like a project or anything. I'm just doing an audit just because I thought it would be fun to do. So let's just get into it. I'm going to play a little bit of background music and I'm just going to start auditing. Give me a few seconds and we'll just dive into it. What's up, Arif or Arif? Okay. So first things first, we're going to have to figure out what website he's operating off of. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to the trusty Google. And I'm just going to type in Tony Robbins to start out with. So there he is, TonyRobbins.com, Twitter, Wikipedia, YouTube, Facebook, Forbes. So what I'm looking for is I'm just seeing if there's any other assets besides his main website shown. And obviously all these other ones are just sort of like social media platforms or Forbes mentioning him, but none of them are any actual websites per se. So let's go to that website, since I'm assuming that is his only website. And before we get deeper into this, if you get a second, make sure you head over to facebook.com and search for the White Hat SEO Network. It's my Facebook group if you're interested in learning more about SEO. And I usually post updates in there, like videos like this one. So I'll just go ahead and grab this link, plug it in there. Alright, so now that we got that out of the way, we can take a look. Alright, so first thing we got is his website. Looks like connection is secure, so we don't have to worry about that. What we're going to do is we're going to crack open our handy SEO audit template. And if you do want to get this template, it's on my website. Just go type in Chase Reiner SEO audit, you'll find it. So we'll just grab it over here. I think it's this one. That's one I already did. Let me go actually over here because I know where it is. There it is, 4.3. Hello, VS programmers. I'm going to fill this out. Industry he's in is motivation, all niche, motivation coaching. I don't know. Life coaching. Doesn't really matter too much. Business type, national, international. Content management system. Let's check that out. Looks like this might be WordPress. Might be a custom theme. The way we do that is just type in WP. And look at that, it says WP includes, so we know that this is indeed WordPress. Now if we want to figure out the theme of it, we can head over to Google and type in theme checker for WordPress. And we'll just plug in the URL there. And while that's going, let me just make sure my levels, oh, of course, they always go way too high. Not sure what the problem is with that. Should be good now though. Sorry if my microphone was too high in the beginning of this video. Even a little bit more. Alright, so Tony Robbins theme. So it's a custom theme designed by Paul Jason Lopez. This guy's making bank right now, I can assume. Alright. Looks like his website's not working very well. And we can see the different tools they're using too. Ahref Lang Manager. I guess they're targeting multiple locations around the world. This was the cookie pop-up we saw earlier. Royal slider for slides. And that seems like it's pretty much it. Not a whole lot of plugins there. So I'm assuming that the website's pretty fast. If that's the case. So I'll just go ahead and bring this over to a tool I like to call... Well, I don't like to call it that. What it's called, GT Metrics. Just let that go while we find our next song. All right, I believe it is done. Still going. Holy cow. Either GT Metrics is getting too popular or this site's really slow. Okay, so while we wait for that, we'll just put in WordPress for the content management system. Audience targeting, probably people are a little bit older, between 30 to 45. Time of roadmap, we got, let's say, 1 a.m. Pacific Standard. Date of roadmap is 10/25, 2018. Conversion value for this, I can imagine, is very high, so I'm just going to put a bunch of dollar symbols. And the video is going to be this video here. Plug that in. Alright, so competitor research, this isn't going to take a lot of effort. Holy cow, that is a large loading time. So already I know I can bring this into the priority checklist. Page speed is terrible. That's going to really bring down the search traffic and the user experience on that website. Looks like they're not really doing anything that they need to be doing. And it might actually be their hosting time that's bringing this down a little bit. 254 requests to the website. That's insane. All right, so we already know that that's the first thing we're probably going to recommend. Let's check out the competitors. The way we figure that out is we go over to Ahrefs, plug in TonyRobbins.com. We'll just grab the URL from here. So let me turn this down a little bit. I don't know if that's interrupting you guys. Okay, so the first thing that I've recognized is that this site is bringing in a lot of traffic, but I'm assuming a lot of this is probably going to be for its brand keywords, judging by its page speed for one. Domain authority is very high. So let's look at the top traffic. We got Tony Robbins, discs test, disc personality test. I'm sure this is something that he branded. Coaching results. I mean, a lot of these are not too big of keywords besides his own brand name. from what I'm seeing so far. I'm sure he has some big keywords, but most keywords are all related. Brand name isn't bad, but it's also, you know, something that you see with people who are really good with, you know, creating a brand, but not perhaps creating like sort of an SEO strategy. All right, so let's look at the competitors. The way you do that is you just go into Ahrefs and you're gonna go over to competing domains. Now this is just competitors in the sense of people competing with him on Google. This isn't his actual competitors in a marketing aspect, but still a good place to start. Okay, so we got discprofile.com, OkDork, positive psychology program. Now again, a lot of this stuff is going to be just keywords that it's competing against, that TonyRobbins.com is competing against. So if we look at like fearlessmotivation.com or life coach or lifecoaching.com, which again, that was sort of what I thought they were sort of going for in the beginning. The theme of the site, you got 95,000 organic keywords, but look at this. All of this is not related to a brand as much as it is related to, you know, targeting multiple types of keywords that people look for. Looks like a lot of it's around quotes, and then check this out. One of them is even around Tony Robbins quotes, and I bet you they're probably ranking higher than Tony Robbins for that. Let's see. So the website was Fearless Motivation. Look at that. So oh, actually, okay, cool. So they do have it. That was something that was going to concern me. However, they're still not ranking #1 for their own quotes, which is a sort of a problem. But I was going to say, because sometimes you do see that where people they don't even have certain keywords that are, that somebody else is ranking instead of them for their sort of brand type keywords. All right, so let's just put some of these domains in. We're not super concerned about this right now. So we'll just do organic monthly traffic for this website at 114K. Oops. I hate how this happens. You can't just freaking does this weird formatting and then you can't get rid of it. Drives me nuts, dude. How do I paste without? I don't want super long, big ass text. All right, 114K organic visit. Estimated value per month. Honestly, I'm probably just going to take this out of the roadmap because it does not matter. We'll just do life coach and life coaching. So 3.5K. That's not organic visitors, that's organic keywords. It shouldn't say traffic because obviously 3.5K is a lot less than Tony's getting, but still something. This is just ridiculously small now. Look at this. Go a little bit bigger. There we go. It also does this thing where sometimes it works where the link's blue and sometimes it's not. Because my like, it wouldn't bother me so much if it wasn't from like my OCD around this stuff. Oh, is it because it's bolded? It looks a little bit different. whatever. As close as we're gonna get. Okay. So next thing we're gonna do is just start looking at the basics. I'm sure a lot of this stuff's being handled, so let's just check it out. We'll just do site redirects preferred version. Yes. Yes. Okay, we're good there. Do a little X, meaning we're good. And then let's set up our conditional formatting really quick, which already should be in there. Just to know if this is good or bad. Text contains X, it's good. If text contains Z, it is no bueno. All right, let's check out the robots.txt. Okay, so they got the sitemap in there. Looks good. Cool. Sitemap, let's check that out. All right, they're using Yoast. Nice. Nice choice on you, Tony. All right, fave icon. They got it. Little TR at the top. I was thinking that their brand wasn't that, though. They don't have a brand logo? A little odd to me. Guess it's just his name like that, but... Alright, so fave icon we got. AMP, let's assume they're not using it. The best way to tell this is if we go to like a blog page and test the AMP, use the AMP tester on it. Freddie says, hey, just subscribed to your mastermind and wondering when I can get the SEO roadmap templates. Did you get the $1 subscription or the full subscription? That is the question. The $1 subscription just for people to look at the videos, and then once you get the premium subscription, which is like the $70 or $80 one, that's when you get all the templates and the software and everything. All right, so while it does that AMP test, I'll go to the next one. CTA above the fold for main pages. So we know what the main pages are just by going into Tony's website on Ahrefs and seeing where most of the traffic comes into. So all we have to really do is just see if those pages have call to actions on. Grab this again. All right, so top pages. I think I could actually sort by one page at a time, or just the top. Yeah, here we go. Top pages. So you can see these top like 10 pages are receiving most of the traffic, which is really bad. You generally don't want to see that. And you can see again, most of it's around like their best keyword probably is like life coaching. Other than that, it's like maybe goal setting. So they're not taking up a large amount of real estate on Google. Okay, so especially with the amount of authority they have, they should be taking up a lot more real estate on Google. Okay, so let's look at this. So Tony Robbins, that's their top page. Boom. Take our free life assessment. Good. So they got that. Looks good. Get started. And here it is. Okay. We got that one. Check out some of these other ones. There we go. Big call to action. Call to action. I'm hoping they're A/B testing this stuff too. Call to action. So they know what they're doing with these pages. They're doing some conversion rate optimization. I don't have to tell them about that. All right, cool. So that's all good. So I'm just going to say yes. Mobile friendly pages. Yeah, they're not using AMP, I don't think. So for that, what we're gonna do, one other thing that we could do is we could just do site colon Tony Robbins and then just type in AMP, I believe, and it should show us. Woo, we're already seeing some stuff that isn't good here. Look at this. Tony. Okay, so yeah, some of them are AMP pages. So let's just put star AMP in there, I believe. No. AMP. Gotta be a way. I think there's one that. So they have some AMP pages, but I don't believe that they're using them. It looks like they had them for a second or something, and then they aren't using them anymore. So let's try one more test on this. Bad says, can I get the SEO audit checklist? Yeah, if you go to chasecenter.com, there's a page that you can find on there that tells you how to get it. So they do have some AMP pages, but it's not valid, so that's not good. I'm just going to put that on there. Some pages have AMP, but aren't valid. Alright, so mobile friendly. I'm pretty sure if I just go like this, this is mobile friendly. Yes, it is. Kind of a weird homepage though. Oh, wait, it took me back to the AMP version. So they are using AMP. But this is not how AMP should look. This AMP implementation is very bad. Alright, let's look at the homepage again and try that. I don't know if I like how the mobile homepage is just showing his hand. So from a design standpoint, they need to change, since they have so much traffic going to that page, design standpoint for homepage on mobile, just showing Tony's hand, needs to be changed pronto. Cool. Okay, so I have to wait a week to pay, or can I pay sooner? You can pay sooner. The mastermind itself, you can get on chasecenter.com. And then you would just go to products and then Chase's mastermind. All right. We got mobile friendly. So that's good, except it looks a little weird. About page, I'm sure they got all those things. Pretty sure they're not marking them up though with schema. Whew. God, this freaking website is such a slow loading website that I can't test anything with it. Alright, so while we wait for that, they got contact, obviously, terms of service and privacy. Yes, they do. Are these indexed? Yes. It's not a problem. People generally say that you shouldn't index terms of service and privacy policy. I think that's completely incorrect. Totally fine to do that. See if there's an HTML sitemap in the footer. Okay. Looks good. Social media. I think I saw the social media profiles in here. Yep. But the question is, do they link to the final version or the redirected version? That's good. All right, so let's start checking out some of the indexation. This is where most brands really mess up, and I'm pretty sure they're messing up on this. Pretty sure Tony needs to get his shit together on this one. Because we got 3,100 results and only like 10 major pages are bringing in traffic. So first thing we need to look for is, again, we look up site colon, name of website. We look at the indexation count, it's 3,100. Next thing we need to look at is some of the specific things around indexation that most people get wrong, which is a lot of these things. So, dates, post tags, authors, etc. Let's look up tags first. So look at this. We got all these different tags. None of them are ranking, I'm assuming. And they serve no purpose. So this is already a huge thing that they need to fix. Tags. Basic indexation needs to be fixed, such as tags. Check out authors. Yep, we got tons of authors, tons of pages. Probably want to no index those. Go back into here. Get out of here, Eric Clapton. I want your shit right now. Get out of here, Eric. Why can't I get rid of Eric? Alright. Now we're going to check out categories. So looks like the way this is working with their blog is they're not really going by categories as much as they're going by like the news aspect. So everything is just categorized as news. Oh, actually, some's news, some's love relationship. Okay, so news is its own category. So the best way to figure out what's going to be going on here is just go sitemap.xml. What's up, Recovery Fusion? Alright, so we're going to go to category. We're going to go and look at all the different categories. So these are all categories that are being indexed. Now let's see how many posts are in each of these categories. Because we don't really want an uneven distribution of posts into certain categories. We got 164 for that one, so they're definitely... Or actually, no, that's anything with the URL business. We want to look at the blog itself. So the way we're going to do that is we're just going to take the URL like this, and I think if we just put a star at the end of it, it should show us everything else after. There we go. So it's more like 106. That one checks out. Let's check out some of these other ones. Seven. So that one does not check out. That one is no bueno. That one's got 6. Got another one that's not good. That one's got 6. Do you see what I mean? Like the first one gets like a lot, and then everything else underneath this is just like... It's almost like, what's the point in having it if you're just going to have only 6 posts out of, and then like some of the other ones are going to have like 100 posts. And then the actual categories themselves, I don't believe are doing anything because they all have, if this one is, let me see. This one has 9 results. It's so interesting to me that they have Why would there be a no category? Okay, so that just goes to the blog. That should say no category. All category. See, this is the weirdest thing to me because you see 8 pages being listed, but only some of them are being indexed. Go do this again. So either I'm tripping or they're tripping. Let me click into one of these. That one is a page. This one's under that. Does the star not work to show you the results, or is this considered like duplicate? That's the other thing. It might be considered duplicate content. So let's just do this. Oh no. Okay, so this one has 126. Okay. But this one has only... Okay, so that one has 40. For some reason, it's showing it to me accurately now. It wasn't before. Let me check back on a couple other ones of these just to make sure that I'm did it the right way. That was the one we just looked. Okay, so yeah, they do have, okay, so they're doing okay here. Obviously they're not doing amazing because some of these are not really bringing any traffic. And we're going to want to figure out which ones they want to keep and which ones don't. Also, you can see the actual titles themselves don't really have, some of them don't really have proper capitalization. They just have Tony Robbins aggregated to the end of every URL. We do want to look at that. But overall, it looks like the categories are being done somewhat well, and I'm pretty sure they are being indexed probably correctly. Except for this one. I think this is supposed to be a category and it's being indexed. It's not supposed to be there. So I mean, yeah, just a little bit of citation cleanup on, or the, sorry, indexation cleanup on some of the categories, but the other stuff we saw was really bad. Let's look at what else they're indexing, see if they're indexing any like JPEGs or anything. Okay, so they're indexing page sitemap, no JPEGs. Let's see, image. Doesn't look like that. Let's look up header. See, like some of this stuff, header 1600 by 600 v2 is being indexed. So that's not good. Just a lot of these title tags are not optimized for click-through rates. So I'm pretty sure if we were to look in their search console, a lot of these pages click-through rates would probably be very, very low. So I can tell you already that the CTR optimization for a ton of URLs. And we haven't even looked at the Screaming Frog crawl. I also haven't run Sightline on in that department. So what we're going to do for that is we're going to go back to Ahrefs, plug the URL in. We're already there. Oh, I guess it didn't do anything. Okay. So what you do is you go to Pages, Best by Links. And what you're going to look at is you're going to look at the HTTP code 404 and 301. So let's do 301 first. There's a lot of 301s on this site. Lots of redirects happening for some of these. If we click into those, we can actually see all of the links pointing to the incorrect version. You can see here, all of these links are pointing to the old version of... This is not a huge deal. Let's see if there's any 302 temporary redirects. So there are some 302s. So those need to be changed to 301. Definitely some 404s that need to be cleaned up. 554 404s getting. That's really not good. And the priority. Go back to here and look and see if there's any 410s. Nope. So a lot of these pages need to be switched to 410 if they're not going to keep any server errors. Look like it. So looks like the hosting's probably fine. For the freaking the load times. Okay, so in terms of the canonicals or no index tags, that's really going to depend on SiteLiner. So if we look at these pages from the ones that we can see, because I can't look at all of them right now. I'm not seeing the duplicate content percentage. Oh, here we go. So some of these pages have like 77% duplicate content, especially these team pages. Just not really providing a lot of value. So probably some content cleanup needs to be done as well. I'm just going to say that a full duplicate content scan needs timing out again. Really should have recorded this. I guess still gone. All right, so indexation count too high. I would just say yes, due to the fact that a lot of pages aren't ranking and indexation is wrong at the moment. What's up, Mr. A? Where's Mrs. Oh, that's funny. I used to have a. All right, thin content or no value pages. So that's where we're going to pick this up from Screaming Frog. And all we have to do for this, still scanning, but we just go over here and look at the word count. Sort by that. Get over. And we're going to just filter by HTML. It's probably going to be a little bit easier if we just export this. You have to wait for this to stop fully export, but I think actually can you see content related issues to see word counts under a certain. Should just create my own filters here. I don't really know how to though. What is there content related stuff in here? Internal. We'll just wait for that to go because we will export that to Screaming Frog. Conversion pages. I don't think they're indexing thank yous. Thank you. Oh, they are. They're indexing all of their thank you pages. Okay. Holy cow, there's a lot on there. We need to get rid of all of those. Outdated pages. I'm sure there's tons of those. I'm not going to look at all those right now. Improperly optimized categories. Some exist on site with little to no content to support them. Multiple categories per post. Honestly, I'm not too worried about that such things anymore, so I'm just gonna skip that for now. Uncategorized pages for posts, just that as well. PDFs without optimizations. I saw that. Yeah, lots of PDFs being indexed, and actually not too. Yeah, 503, and I'm pretty sure they're not being indexed or optimized correctly. That needs to be fixed. And actually put in the priority checklist. Lot of opportunity. If Alright guys, so that's part 1 of the Tony Robbins SEO audit. If you'd like to see part 2, once the Screaming Frog crawl is done and I go and take a little sleep, come back and finish this up in the morning, make sure you let me know by leaving a like on this video and then leave a comment and let me know that you left a like. So until I see y'all next time, happy marketing and SEO.